Welcome to part 2 of my keyword research in 2018 series. In this video, we're going to cover how to take data from an existing blog post that's getting traffic and use that data to improve that blog post and get more traffic to it. And we're getting started right now. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. It's Bjorn from WP Learning Lab, where we are all about WordPress. And if you want to get better at WordPress, make sure you stick around and hit the bell icon or the thumbs up or both while you're at it. And with that out of the way, let's head into the screen capture. To get to the Google Search Console, type in google.com/webmasters or type in webmasters.google.com. Both will take you to this place. Click on Search Console. If you don't have an account yet, click the link above to the tutorial that shows you how to create a Search Console account. Open the account you actually want to access. I have multiple of them. That's a consequence of doing this for so many years. You have multiple accounts of everything. It can get pretty annoying. So you click on the URL for whatever property you want to go to, and then click on Try New Search Console. And this is the new version. This is the beta of that new version right now. It shows the previous month of things to do. And what we're going to look at, specific to Google Search Console keyword data, we're going to go into Performance. Under Performance, we're going to set whatever date range we want. And we're going to look at pages. This is going to list the clicks and impressions to specific pages. So you go in here, you click on any page, for example, countdown timer. Well, the only data in here is from Google Search because Google does not know the data from Bing. They don't know the data from Facebook. This is only Google Search data. This is only Google Search data. So this is just specific to SEO. I'm going to change the timeline, my months here, to 6 so we can try to see if we can get the beginning of this blog post. And we see how blog posts start. If you were watching the previous video, that was a different page we looked at, but the same trend. You publish the post, it kind of bounces around a little bit, few clicks, impressions, not much going on. As Google starts testing it, people start going to the page and they stay there for the content. They don't just bounce back off. The more traffic Google starts to send you. And this is the trend of pretty much any blog post. So if we look at just the timeline here, let's just reduce the number of months. Let's change this to custom. Change this to the beginning of May. See, that's closer. That's pretty close. Close enough. No, not close enough. Not for what I'm going to tell you. So let's go to the beginning of April. That's almost there. Beginning of middle of March. Middle of March is good enough. So you publish a post. So we're in the middle of March here. By the time you get to the middle of April, there's still not too much going on. That's been a month. Beginning or middle of May, still not much going on. 2 months. Then middle of June, you start to see a bit of uptick right here. Middle of July, even more uptick. And we're still trending upwards into August. It's currently August 4th or 5th. We're still trending upwards. So this is how the blog post trend goes pretty much every single time I publish a post. Every single time I see clients publish posts, it takes a few months for the post to actually start getting some action from Google. That's just how it is. Sometimes you target a very low competition, high traffic, long tail keyword that you often find by chance. They're hard to find. You find them by chance. You do your research and things like in the last video, but at the end of the day, those things happen by accident most often, unless you have keyword data on your site to work with. And then you can see this jump in the first month. Like this timeline would be shortened drastically if you find those long tail keywords that get high traffic, have low competition. If you don't find them, if it's just a regular blog post, this is the trend line you'll see. And if you target a keyword that's way too competitive for you, it's just going to be flat. It might be flat for years until your site has reached a certain level of authority where Google's now considering ranking you for those higher competition keywords. So that's why you want to focus on lower competition keywords to start with. So now that I've digressed for long enough, we have the ability to go back to queries for this specific page. And we see a list of queries. There are 885 different queries that Google has shown our page for. This page right here. And the first one, the one that's had the most clicks, has 400 or 500 impressions, 40 clicks, just under 10% click-through rate. Countdown timer HTML JavaScript, about the same, 10% click-through rate. And that's a high click-through rate. That's probably why Google is showing this result more and more. And the click-through rate depends on your title, your slug, and your description as it displays in Google. That's what determines your click-through rate, determines whether people will be interested enough to actually click through to read what you've written. And the reason we're here now, finally, is if we list out these keywords, there is a whole ton of them. And if you go back and, well, there's two ways you can do this. You can just blindly go and copy these into a list or export them to CSV and incorporate them into your post. Extend your post, make it longer. Make it longer to rank for these items. And that takes some time, takes some writing, but the more of these you can include and the more you answer people's questions, the higher you're going to rank for each of these. So you can do that blindly, or you can do something else that's even trickier. We can copy these. Let's copy this one, search it in Google, and you can find where your page shows up. This is better done incognito. Let's just do that. Incognito mode, we search for that. Let's see if we're on the first page. No, not on the first page. Second page. Not on the second page. So we're pretty much nowhere. Third page, top of the third page. So for this keyword, this is the Facebook group right here. Somebody's requested to join it. You should join that too. Check the description down below, join the Facebook group. So we're on the third page for this keyword. However, we are still getting, if I can get back to here, we're still getting 350 impressions and 11 clicks. Now here's where the craziness comes in. Let's see, click-through rate on first page research. I think that might be the search term I'm looking for. This could be it right here. 2018, hopefully it's fairly recent research. They might have a nice chart. Let's close this, that's very nice, thank you. So what I'm looking for is the click-through percentage on the first page for certain positions. I just want something very, very simple. Give me something simple. Give me too much data. So I think we can use this one, sector-specific click-through rates. No, we can't. I don't want that one. Organic click-through rate by search position. This one's probably pretty good. So here we see first position, click-through rate. If you're the number one result, is about 36%, maybe 37%. If you're number two, that drops down to 13%. If you're number three, you're below 10. 4, you're at 8%. Position 5, you're 6%. And it keeps trailing off and off. Position 20, you're pretty much at 0. Now, if we recall, this is on page 3. So we're position 22 right now. We're beyond what this scale is, but we're still getting this much traffic. So what you can do, what I've done in the past, it's a little bit labor intensive, but it really helps you pick low-hanging fruit. You make a spreadsheet, or you just calculate it manually, where you have our current data, which is this many click-through rates, or this many impressions, this many clicks in position 20. How much higher is the percentage if we even get to page 1? So if we're at 10th spot, page 1, that's like 3%. So we can consider that to be triple, whatever this is. So if we get to page 1, we can drive this up to 33 clicks, approximately. We're just estimating here. If we get it to position 2, we are basically increasing our clicks by 13 times about. So this would be up to, what's 11 times 13? 143. Position 1, you're increasing by 36%. So you can do these calculations where you see where you rank for each of these, and you see what the traffic is for that position. You can even click on them. I believe it shows you the average position. So the average position for this one is 15.7. So you put that in your spreadsheet. Average position 15.7. You put this data in your spreadsheet, and you create a table where it works out all the calculations for you. And then you can see, by focusing on which keywords and incorporating those better into your blog post, which ones will bring the most bang for their buck. And what I'm doing is I'm preparing a case study where I take 5 posts from my site and I do this to 5 posts. 5 posts that already exist. Some of them have very little content that are getting traffic. Some of them have lots of content that are getting traffic. But I go into here, I pick as many keywords as I can from this queries page in Google Search Console, incorporate them into a rewritten version or an extended version of the blog post, and then watch how the traffic increases over time. So I'm preparing that so you don't have to just take my word for all this stuff. You can actually see it happen. And that's a tutorial that's going to span many months, because as we saw, the actual path, let's just close this down, remove the query. The actual path that these take, it takes time. Right? This traffic increase is not overnight. So this tutorial is going to be many months in the making, but when it's done, it's going to be actual proof that this works. I've been doing it this way for years, and I know it works, but then I'll be able to prove it to you with a video. And it doesn't work for every single post. Obviously, it's not a magic bullet, but this is going to give you the very best chance of getting more traffic to specific blog posts, because this is real data. This isn't speculation. The previous keyword research tutorial, it's not speculation, but it's also not real data. It's search data from all the major players, but this is real data. This is real data from people coming to your website. Real impression numbers, real click numbers. That's a much more solid foundation for making decisions, because it's real data from your site. And that's how you can extend your keyword capabilities. Once you've created content that is ranking, that is getting traffic, this is how you then get more traffic to that content relatively easily. So that's how it works. I hope this video helps you. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you follow along, then hit the bell icon or the thumbs up, and check out our private Facebook group, linked to in the description down below. And next up, just click on one of these videos that popped up on the right-hand side so you can get even better WordPress. And until next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.